Welcome, Whisky aficionados. How's it going? Hey, make sure you hit that subscribe. You may notice I've got somebody with me today, Michael. Say hello, Michael.
How you going, guys?
Michael is a long-term friend. I'd say, 15 years or 12? Is it 12 or 15 years?
Feels like 20.
It feels like 20. But he has in recent times, I'd say over the last 6 to 8 months, he's come over to the dark side. A whiskey convert. The only thing I wanted to get together with Michael and try and explain that when you buy a bottle of whiskey, you don't have to drink the whole bottle in the one sitting, mate.
Really?
Yeah, it's like sip, small amounts, not the whole bottle in the one go. Just joking. But guys, it's review number 86, I believe, and I said I was going to do a Bowmore, but we've got a great opportunity today because right in front of us we've got a Bowmore 12-year-old Bowmore, and we've also got a 15 that Mr. Michael here brought around for us to try. The one on this side is the 12, it's 40%, and this one's 43. However, I'll say that this is about $70 and this is about
125, yeah.
125, so nearly double, which will be very, very interesting. The distillery itself is set inland on the Isle of Islay. It was originally established in 1779, I believe, by David Simpson. He was a merchant, bought the land, up came the distillery, so it's got a very, very old history. In fact, it's the oldest in Scotland, although Bushmills, the Irish one, is still the oldest with an official license. It's today owned by Beam Suntory, just a behemoth they are, and we thought we'd try the 12 first, see what it's like, have a drink of water, go on to the 15, and
See if we can, yeah.
Something Michael and I talked about earlier. When you look at this whiskey, it looks so much richer, doesn't it, than this one, But a little bit of research finds out that this distillery uses E150 like it's going out of fashion. So really, the colour to me is totally insignificant. So, 12-year-old, shall we give it a sniff and see what we think? Ooh. Bit of smoke, bit of peat. You get anything else?
Not really, although I'm a beginner at this, so not as expert as oneself.
Wee bit fruity. Fruity, you get the citrus fruits. But certainly, initially you get that smoky, sort of a typical Islay sort of whiskey, although not strong, I'd say. It's slightly mild. It's not like a Lagavulin or... Alright, let's give it a go. Ooh. You get that smokiness, but there's a lot of sweetness. So it's very sweet, subtle smoke.
Sort of a hint of honey,
Yeah, definitely honey. A bit of vanilla, honey. Do you get a little bit of dryness and saltiness?
Yeah,
on the palate. It's very nice, actually.
It is nice, and we'll see in a minute what you think. But having drank a little bit of the 15 last night, quite different.
So I believe. I've read some other notes, and they say it's very, very different than the 12. But So. Yeah, look, it's. I think this is actually a very, very nice introduction into Islay whiskies. It's soft and subtle. It's not overpowering. There's nothing punchy. As I say, 40%. You got that touch of peat, touch of smoke, sweet, honey, vanilla. It's actually very, very nice. The finish is quite long. You still get the smokiness in the mouth, and I think somewhere around 79 out of 100 it would be a fair old score. So yeah, interesting. So, did you open that last night?
I did, but I did share it. That's not all me.
Angels share, or
no, flatmates share. But it's interesting what you say about the adding the colour, because I must say that as a bit of a rookie on this, it was one of the things that ended up prompting me to try the 15 because they had the 12, the 15, and the 18 all available, and when I saw the advertising on the box that was promoting the sherry casks and more of a chocolate and deeper, fuller taste. And then I looked at the colour. I thought, I've got to have some of that.
It's got to be fantastic. It's got to be.
But I've been had.
Well, not necessarily, because obviously this one is done in an ex-bourbon cask, matured in an ex-bourbon cask. This one's ex-bourbon and ex-sherry, so
Yes.
it's got the both. So, and it is it's 3 years older. On a natural comparison, this one would be slightly darker than this one, but I do know that the distillery use a lot of E150 to balance, so that there's a nice balance of the same colour each single time. But you can make something with E150 as dark as you want, or
And I think that they've probably exaggerated the difference. I mean, as you said, without the E150, there's probably going to be a darker colour because of the sherry casks and the aging.
Yeah.
But probably not as pronounced as that.
It's going to be interesting to see if you get any dark sort of chocolate tones off that, because usually when it says dark chocolate or something, I'm searching for the chocolate.
Yeah, it's not Cadbury, is it?
It's not Cadbury. So this is the 15. It's as I say, it's matured in bourbon and sherry, 43%. Oh, the nose is so much more subtle than the 12.
Yeah, noticeably different, isn't it?
In fact, you're searching more for the peat and the smoke. It's more like a bourbon sweetness coming off the.
Yeah, I'm not really. I'm not a big lover of lots of peat and smoke, and that's why I think I took a like to this one.
Well, when you originally purchased that just the other night, you told me at first, I said, "Ooh, that's going to be interesting."
Exactly.
Because you've been having the big cherry bombs. And,
Yeah.
All right, let's give it a go. Oh, that's so different.
Soft and smooth, isn't it? Compared, and probably I don't think it's as long on the palate, but very different.
Touch of spice, a little bit, touch of spice on this one, but this all comes at the back. You've already tasted it. It's so soft, subtle, smooth, and then the smoke comes in and the peat comes in. It's a wee bit more oily. A little bit more oily than the other one. The finish is better.
It makes me want to have another glass.
We probably will, won't we?
After the cameras go off.
That's right. Maybe half a bottle. I'd say there's darker fruits involved in this one. It is more sherry influenced than that one, obviously, because of the finishing. It's very, very nice. I'm impressed. Am I impressed? Double the price? Don't know. But it is better. I think it's better.
Someone could gift us one. Then it'd be easier to drink.
That reminds me of a typical Islay. That doesn't. That really doesn't. That's very subtle.
No, I mean, I paid the $125, and I've got to be honest, with half the bottle down, I'm very happy with the purchase.
Very good, very good. And the finish is really, really nice as well. There's nothing bad about any of them.
No.
You could easily have this. You could drink that.
Oh,
sure,
absolutely.
you could drink that.
Yeah.
And this is just a touch nicer. It is richer and sweeter and easier to drink than this one, I think. But that depends whether you're an Islay lover or not, I suppose.
Absolutely.
I'll give it probably an 81 out of 100. It's a little bit better than the 12. So well done. That's your first video review on whiskey, mate.
Thank you.
100 to follow.
Maybe.
Slant you.
Yeah. Thanks for the opportunity.
All right. Next, in review number 87, we're going to have a look at a Tomatin 14-year-old at 46%. So until then, slant you.